You opened your car insurance bill, saw the new number, and thought, wait, what? Did I miss something? Did I get into an accident I do not remember? No, you didn't do anything wrong, but your car insurance went up anyway, and you're not alone. Car insurance rates across the country have been increasing significantly in recent years. Depending on where you live, according to industry data, some policyholders have seen a rate change of 15% or more. Some people are paying hundreds of dollars more per year for the exact same coverage that they always had. Individual results may vary based on your location, coverage, and profile. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down exactly why this is happening, because there are actually several reasons and most people only know about one. Then I'm going to show you 5 real ways you may be able to lower your rate. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you are going to have a clear action plan, not just bunch of general tips. And for the 4th reason your rates went up, most people have no idea this even exists. I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so first let's talk about why this is happening, because if you understand the real reasons, you're going to make much smarter decisions about how to fix this. And here's the thing, there's not just one reason, there are actually several happening at the same time, and they stack on top of each other. So let's go through them one by one. Reason number 1, inflation and the cost to repair your car. The first and the biggest reason, everything costs more to fix. Think about it, when your car gets damaged, the insurance company has to pay for the parts, the labor, and sometimes even a rental car while your car is in the shop. All of that has gotten way more expensive. We're talking about microchip shortages driving up the cost. We're talking about inflation, supply chain issues still haven't fully recovered, and labor rates at auto shops have climbed significantly. According to industry data from sources such as the Bureau of Labor Statistics, CPI reports, the cost of auto repairs has increased significantly in recent years. So even if you are a perfect driver and you never file a claim, the insurance company is paying out more claims for everyone else, and they spread the cost across all policy holders, and that means you. And that's just reason number 1. Reason number 2 is actually one that a lot of people don't even think about, and it might be specific to you. Reason number 2, your personal profile change. Here's something that most people overlook. Your rate can go up because something about you changed, even if you didn't cause an accident. For example, did you move? Even moving to a different zip code within the same city can increase your rate, because your new area might have more accidents, more theft, or more uninsured drivers. Did your credit score drop? In most states, insurance companies use a credit-based insurance score as a rating factor, and lower scores mean higher premiums. Did a young driver join your household? Did your car get older but the book value didn't change enough to lower your comps and collision premium? All of these are personal factors that can quietly push your rate up without you even realizing it. So the first thing I'd encourage you to think about, what changed in your life over the last 12 months, because your answer to why your rate went up might literally be right there. But what if nothing in your life changed? That is where reason 3 and 4 come in, and these are the ones that feel really unfair. Reason number 3, your state's insurance market. Insurance is regulated at the state level. Every state has its own rules about what insurance can charge, what they have to cover, and how they handle claims. Some states have been hit way harder than others. Florida, for example, has seen a massive rate increase because of lawsuit abuse and extreme weather events driving up claims. California had the opposite problem. Insurance actually couldn't get approval to raise rates fast enough. Some of them just stopped writing new policies in the state altogether. So the point is, depending on where you live, forces completely outside of your control could be pushing your premiums up, and your current insurance company's rates in your state might just be higher than what competitors are charging right now, which is really important thing to know. Reason number 4, claims in your area, even if it wasn't you. Okay, this one surprises people all the time. Your rates can go up because of accidents, theft, claims filed by people in your zip code, not you. If your area has a spike in car thefts, a bad stretch of weather that causes a lot of collisions, or just a rough year for claims in general, insurance companies use that data when they set rates for your area. It sounds fair, and honestly, it kind of is, but that is how insurance works. It is a risk pool, and if your pool has been expensive for the insurance company, everyone in it pays more. Now here's the good news. Knowing all of this puts you in a position to actually do something about it. Alright, so now that you know why your rate went up, let's talk about what you can actually do about it. I've got 5 strategies here, and I want you to think of them as sequences. You do them in order and you stack the savings. Strategy number 1, shop around. The single fastest thing that you can do is get a comparison offer. Most people set their insurance and forget it. They renew automatically every 6 months or every year and never check if there's a better offer out there. And that is a very expensive habit. Insurance companies price risk differently. The same driver with the same car, the same coverage can receive offers that vary significantly per year depending on which company you ask. They're just charging you whatever the formula spits out. Individual offers will vary based on your personal profile and location. So the move is to compare. I use a comparison tool for this. I'll drop a link in the description. It pulls offers from multiple trusted insurers side by side. So instead of calling 5 different 1-800 numbers and sitting on hold, and you can see what you'd actually pay with each company. It is free, and honestly, even just knowing what other companies would charge you gives you leverage. The link is in the description, and I'd actually encourage you to open it in another tab while you keep watching, because by the time this video is over, you'll know exactly what questions to ask and what to look for. Strategy number 2, call your insurer and ask for a re-rate. Most people don't realize they can actually call their insurance company and ask them to do a re-review of their policy, especially if your situation has changed. Maybe you're driving fewer miles now. Maybe you paid off your car loan. Maybe your teenager went off to college and isn't driving your car anymore. And here's what you can literally tell your insurance company. Hi, I've been a customer for X amount of years and I noticed my rate went up last renewal. Can you review my policy and let me know if there's any discounts or adjustments that could lower my premium? That's it, one sentence. A lot of times a rep can find something, a discount you weren't enrolled in, a usage change you didn't report, something. It doesn't always work, but it costs you a 5-minute phone call and you can save some real money. Strategy number 3, bundle your policies. If you have renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, or even life insurance, check if your car insurance company offers those as well. Bundling multiple policies with the same insurer usually gets multi-policy discounts, which can be anywhere from 5% all the way up to 25% off your total premium depending on the company. Individual savings may vary. But here's the flip side. If you are already bundling, but your current company's rates went up, running a comparison on the bundled rate with a competitor might show you even bigger savings because you're bringing more business to a new insurer. Strategy number 4, adjust your deductible. Your deductible is the amount you pay out of pocket before insurance kicks in when you file a claim. If you have a $500 deductible, you pay the first $500 of the repair and the insurance covers the rest. Here's the thing, raising your deductible from $500 to $8,000 can meaningfully lower your monthly premium. The insurance company is taking less risk because they know you'll absorb most of the cost if something happens. Now, this strategy only makes sense if you actually have $1,000 sitting in a savings account that you could potentially access if you need to. Don't raise your deductible if you couldn't cover it in an emergency, but if you could, it is worth looking at the math. Sometimes the premium savings are significant enough that you could break even within the year. Strategy number 5, ask about discounts you might have missed. Insurance companies have a lot of discounts that they do not exactly advertise loudly. Here are some worth asking about. Good driver discount if you've been accident free for 3 or more years. Low mileage discount if you drive under a certain amount of miles per year, typically under 7,500. Paperless billing discount. Just going paperless can knock a small amount off. The pay in full discount. Paying your 6-month premium all at once instead of monthly. A defensive driving course discount. Taking an approved online course can qualify you in many states. Good student discount if you have a student on your policy with good grades. Telematic usage based discount, letting your insurance track your driving via an app in exchange for potential discounts based on your actual driving behavior. But seriously, just call and ask, what discounts am I currently enrolled in and what discounts am I eligible for that I'm not using? You might be surprised. Okay, so I want to take a few minutes and actually show you the comparison tool that I mentioned earlier, because I think seeing it is more helpful than just telling you it exists. So after you click on the link in the description, it takes takes you right to the comparison page. You put in some basic information such as your name, your zip code, what type of car you have, and the type of coverage that you are looking for. And it pulls offers from multiple insurers side by side. What I like about it is that it is showing you apples to apples comparisons. You're not comparing a bare bones liability policy on one side to a full coverage policy on another. You can set the coverage level and see who's the cheapest for that exact package. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind when you are comparing. Don't just look at price. Look at the deductible amounts, the liability limits, and whether they are including extras such as roadside assistance or rental reimbursement. In my opinion, this is one of the easiest ways I know to find out if you are overpaying. So to sum it all up, take action, compare, and see how much you could potentially save. And if this video has helped you out, hit the like button. It generally helps more people find this content. And if you know someone who has been complaining about their car insurance bill lately, send this to them. Could save them some real money. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.